Hello everybody, we're starting our English training session right now. Okay, let's start. This is intermittent fasting Q&A. It's a question and answers. We are going to start our challenge, intermittent fasting challenge tomorrow. Okay, before that I wanted to do one more session. There were a lot of questions, so I will answer those. Okay, if you have any questions, please write here, but unfortunately on Facebook the questions don't come on time, and then after I finish I see the questions. If you want, you can send it from Messenger as well. Okay, so I'll try to answer it. I'm going to work today, but after work I will answer. So first of all, let's start. Is intermittent fasting for everybody? No, it's not for everybody. Okay, intermittent fasting should not be done with kids. Kids should not do intermittent fasting. Pregnant, breastfeeding people, breastfeeding moms, people with low kidney functions, we don't want that. If you're using any medications for metabolic diseases or another diseases and that needs to be taken with food, no, you are not eligible to do intermittent fasting. If you have eating disorders like anorexia, we don't want you to fast. Okay, if you have type 1 diabetes, we do not want you to fast. Okay, so always talk to your doctor, because if you're on medication for blood pressure medication, diabetes medication for example, this intermittent fasting is so helpful, is more effective than anything out there. So that's why you do intermittent fasting and you take your medications and you're endangering your life. You're gonna put yourself in danger. Please talk to your doctor, because those medications doses need to be reduced. Okay, so if you missed my previous videos about intermittent fasting, because they are very important, I wanted to start this program, this challenge, with a lot of knowledge. Okay, if you have knowledge deficit, you cannot be successful in this program. So please go back and listen to replays last week's and the week before, and also I post these on my YouTube channel, Genç ve Sağlıklı Kal, Stay Young and Healthy, so you can watch it. I also put the link in the post in the group, so please watch those, then start the program tomorrow. Okay, so first of all, how many hours of fasting are we going to do every day? For this, if you never fasted, we want you to start with just 12 hours. Okay, every day slowly reduce your eating window, like half an hour each day, for example. So this week will be your training week if you never fasted before. So every day 12 and a half hours, 13 hours, 13 and a half, 14, 15, like slowly make yourself to go to 16-hour fasting window, 8-hour eating window. Okay, so how are you gonna do that? It's up to you. Are you a breakfast person? If you have to have your breakfast, then it means that you're going to eat 8 a.m., 12 noon, and 4 p.m. But if you're saying that I'm not a breakfast person, I'm not hungry in the mornings, then it's your 12 noon and like 4 or 6 p.m. and you're done. Okay, and you can have one, snack in between those meals. So it's up to you, whatever fits your family style, family life. If you're coming from work, kids are coming from school, and dinner is your largest meal and then, you know, you're enjoying with family, no problem. Just then you need to skip the breakfast. Okay? So, if you have any questions about that, you can write to me. But 16-8 is the ideal diet. That's most sustainable, the most successful. The studies show that because it's most sustainable. If you don't stick to it, you're not going to be successful, right? So 16-8 is ideal. But if you plateaued in weight loss, if weight loss is your goal, then you may shrink your eating window to like 6 hours, like 18 to 6 you can do. But, you know, let's get trained for that first. Let's get experience first. Especially if you're taking medications and if it's in some certain hours, you know, those are important too. You need to put a lot of things into account. You know, everybody is different. Everybody's life is different. Okay, what else? So, how long can we extend during the day our fasting? So, if you plateaued, as I said, if you want to extend, like deepen your fast, you can do 18 to 6, 19 to 5, you can do 20 to 4, and longest fast I want to do only like 23 hours, okay? So 1 hour eating window. If you're doing that once in a while, I want you to plan your meals so good so that you can get all the micronutrients and macronutrients. So it needs to be very well planned meal if you're eating just one meal a day. So it needs to be enough carbohydrates, but unprocessed carbohydrates. Oils, like healthy oils like omega-3s, no high heat oils, no frying, and a lot of vegetables, fruits, and also like omega-3, like flaxseed, chia seed, kind of, but a lot of fiber and a lot of hydration too, okay? So if you want to do down the road longer fasts, prolonged fasts, like 48 hours, 72 hours, after you get experience, you can just reach out to me, we can do together, but these are future things, because it has different rules. We're not doing those right now, okay? I did not give you training about those. So how long will the challenge going to go? So we can do these steps. So the first step, and everybody can join, so you don't have to go beyond that. So the first step is 4 weeks. So we're starting tomorrow, 6th of January, and we're ending February 3rd, okay? So February 3rd to Ramadan, you know, some people do Ramadan. So from February 3rd to February 28th, we can do, you know, 3.5 weeks, something like that, if you want to continue. But this program, the first step is until February 3rd. So the goal is, if it's the weight loss, at least 4 kilos, which is, I guess, like 8-9 pounds, okay? So, but if you want to continue until end of Ramadan, which is end of March, so it's 3 months, and we expect you to lose at least like 25 pounds, like 12 kilos, okay? So, and by that time, you will be reversing your metabolic disease as well. It's great, okay? If you want to go that long, I will support you every month. We can do this together, okay? So, to be able to get successful, what do we need to do? First of all, you need to have a why. Very strong why. For me, for example, 15 years ago, I got diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. That was a big shock, and I said, no, I don't take this. I'm gonna beat this. So 15 years, it did not come back. But, you know, we're aging. So I always worry about it coming back one day, right? So my A1C is 5.2 right now. No medicine, nothing, all these 15 years. But our pancreas is aging like we are aging. So that's why I wanna fast. I'm fasting regularly. That's why I'm keeping my weight down. I'm keeping my A1C down. Okay? So that is my why. Because I don't want it to be dependent on my kids. I don't want them to take care of me when I'm older. I don't want to be disabled. I don't want to end up in dialysis. This is very important for me. I see in the clinic, diabetes is very progressive, very crippling disease. Do I want that? No. That's why, this is my why. Please, everybody, have the strongest why in your mind all the time so that you can be successful. That's your motivation, okay? So, it could be weight loss for you. It could be, seeing your grandchildren grow. So, it could be anything, okay? So, make sure you have a why. Okay. To be able to be successful during this program and using intermittent fasting as a way of lifestyle, you need to plan your meals. Your eating window is so small, let's say, and then you eat a bad meal, and then what's the point, right? So you're doing all this effort, starving yourself for long hours and then eating a bad meal. So please do not do that, okay? Then it won't be successful, okay? So please plan. If you don't plan, you fail. So do we have to do the same intermittent fasting regimen all the time? No, you can change. We want you to change, especially if you plateaued. 16-8 is not working for you anymore. Your body got used to it. So you can do 18-6, 20-4, okay, 19-5, those kind of things. You can do like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, you can do different fasting. If you plateau those days, for example, you can do only one meal a day. That's gonna make, deepen your fast and burn more fat if you wanna do that. Especially for women, for the hormonal balance, we don't really want them to eat, do the same fasting all the time. For example, one meal a day is not really enough for women for their hormonal balance, okay? So we do want to keep switching the fasting. Okay, how often can we do it? Okay, so you can start, as I said, if you never fasted, you can start with maybe, little by little, and then you can do every other day if you want to do. For example, if you don't want to fast every day, you can eat your meals like breakfast, lunch, dinner, even late, but next day you can fast. That's every other day fasting. Once in a while or once a week, if you want to do that, that's fine too. So we have to give little shocks to our body. So we have to change the intermittent fasting regimen once in a while to make this more successful, especially for weight loss. So there was a question, do I need to limit my calories in my eating windows? No, you're already doing the fasting, starving yourself all those hours. We don't want you to do calorie counting because we don't want you to do energy deficient, nutrient deficient. Okay, in your eating window, no counting calories, no restricting calories. We want you to eat well-balanced meals, okay? Okay. So, when we're doing intermittent fasting, what helps us so that we don't feel hungry, okay? You will feel hungry, but that's why I'm telling you slowly get to that 16-hour window, okay? So, slowly your hunger hormone and satiety hormone, ghrelin and leptin, they will be balanced. So, that's why it's okay. You can do 16 hours with no problem after getting used to it. But the meal before we start our intermittent fasting is very important. For example, nighttime, let's say you're eating your dinner. If that dinner is containing a lot of processed carbs, processed oils, that's your disadvantage. Your insulin is gonna rise, your blood sugar is gonna tank, and then it's gonna go up again. So you're starting your intermittent fasting in a metabolically unstable place. Is that what you want? No, right? So that's why, please eat your carbs unprocessed, eat your whole meal unprocessed. Make it at home. And include some omega-3, for example, flaxseed, chia seeds. These are going to give you omega-3, good fats, and also they are going to keep you full with the fat content and fiber content, okay? So that's recommended, that flax or chia seeds you can incorporate to your last meal before you start your fasting, okay? So no frying, okay? No processed carbs. Especially some people are doing this for, joint pains and things, a lot of inflammatory diseases. While we're trying to fix the, reduce the inflammation here, we don't want to add more inflammation from the bad food. Okay. We said we're going to start the fasting with a lot of fiber, omega-3s, flax and chia. Okay, if we get hungry during the fasting, what do we do? It's just like hunger, just you can't really focus on anything. So if that happens, drink a big glass of water, okay? Sometimes our brain, even though it's so smart, cannot distinguish between thirst and hunger, okay? Many people will overeat because of that sometimes. So drink your water. But if you have dizziness, if you think you need something more than water, just a little pinch of salt, okay? Celtic salt, for example, rock salt or Himalayan salt, they have the good electrolytes too. You can do that, okay? You can even add it to green tea. The first time I had only one time a little bit dizzy, and that it's not going good. So I did put a pinch of salt in my green tea. That green tea tasted so good. You can't imagine, right? Because I needed it so badly, I guess. Can you imagine right now? Green tea with salt? No, right? But when you need it, just like you're going to drink it. Salt to your water or to your green tea, just do it if you're dizzy. But if it's not going away, you're nauseous or something, if you want to eat something, just can break your fast. That's okay. Okay, so you can drink the water that we said, and then coffee. Coffee is gonna curb your appetite, and it's gonna move. It's gonna start your fat cells are going to move to the liver to get burned, okay? It helps with autophagy. So if you're not a coffee drinker, don't start it, right? But if you are a coffee drinker, little sips of coffee or black tea or green tea all day long is going to curb your appetite. But no cream, no sugar, okay? So, I know some people say, experience faster. Apple cider vinegar helps too. It does. It did. I tried too. But you need to dilute it many, many times because it's just acidic. Like it's gonna hurt your stomach in an empty stomach. So, but no, you don't want particles either. Just it needs to be like water consistency. Okay. Okay, so you can call your friends if you feel hungry, like if you want to pass the time, you can go for a walk. For a walk especially is going to help you not feel hungry after a short walk, like 20 minutes. You're gonna feel like you ate something, because it reduces the cortisol levels, it just moves the fats for burning, so it's gonna give you some energy. So going for a walk, is going to help you. Okay, someone asked if they can chew gums. Unfortunately not, even though there is no calories in it, because it's going to start digestion. When you start digestion with that chewing movement, and then you're gonna start, your body's gonna start asking to eat something, so that's not a good move. So there was a question yesterday in the group, if we drink lemon, ginger, turmeric water instead of pure water, do such blends interfere with our fasting? So that's okay as long as in water consistency. We do not want that little particles inside the water. So if you can filter it and just make it like water, you can do that. Yes, no sugar though. Okay, lemon is fine too, but no particles. Okay, but for autophagy it's better to just black coffee, green tea, and also water. Okay, so anything unsweetened, this comes a lot, patients ask in the clinic too, anything unsweetened, because there's no calories, is that okay? But if it's like sweetened with like artificial sweeteners, it's still going to cause insulin response, so we don't want that. Okay, but it has to be unsweetened. But for example, some things like bone broth and vegetable water, even those is just going to start the digestion and some insulin response, so we do not really recommend those if you want to do full fasting. I mean, you're not going to gain weight from those. It's okay for weight loss, but it's not really ideal for autophagy and cell renovation, mitochondria, not for those. Okay, so it's time coming up, so some of the questions I can answer later. I see if there are any questions I can answer after work today. I don't see anyone here because Facebook sometimes unfortunately doesn't post right away. So we're starting the program tomorrow. I want you to write, under the thread, where the girl is measuring her waistline. So under that thread, I want you to put your weight and waist size if you want to do this for weight loss. And please write what kind of diseases you have if you want to share, because we want to see you're making progress. Okay, every 2 weeks we're gonna do those measurements, and the goal is 4 kilos for first month, 4 kilos for first month, and if you want to continue 3 months, 12 kilos at the end of those 3 months. And your waist size, we want to go down to 35 inches for women, under 40 inches for men. So if you want to reverse your disease, your medications and everything, so you can write down, if you know your cholesterol numbers, if you want to share those, your sugar, fasting and postprandial, you can do those, also blood pressure. So if you can share those, that would be good. But I want your doctor to be on board for this as well, because you're going to get great results from fasting, and you don't want to do medications at the same time. Otherwise you're going to end up with low blood sugar, low blood pressure. That's not good either. Okay, so I'm excited. We're starting tomorrow. Please go back and watch the replays. You can watch it from Facebook here or in the YouTube channel. So I want to get fully knowledgeable, to have a shield, because knowledge is power, right? You don't want to start this with a knowledge deficit and then fail. Okay, I'm expecting your questions and then I will answer. Good luck to everybody. I'm looking forward to helping out everybody reach their goals. I'll see everyone next week. Have a great week. Okay, keep in touch. Bye.